Jeff is a genius, so to generate meaningful intellectual conflict and tension in your story, the antagonist has to be smarter than Jeff. At the very least, he also has to be a genius. That means the writer behind these characters, you have to be smarter than two geniuses. You're pretty smart, but you're not smarter than two geniuses. Here's how we can fix that. Batman, Lex Luthor, Iron Man, Professor X, Sheldon Cooper. Bazinga! These characters are the cornerstones upon which we shall build our church. Speaking of churches, do what the average story does. Lie. Liar! By saying your characters are smart, but when they actually have to solve an intellectual problem, suddenly they're not smart anymore. Many stories do this. They set up a brilliant cast of characters who should be able to immediately solve their issues. But if they immediately solve their issues, the story is resolved too quickly. So they kneecap their intellect and abilities in the story for the convenience of the plot.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb!
This undermines the story. You don't want this. Unless you do, in which case, get out. Option 2. Write dumb characters. Hey, remember Jeff? Yeah, he shouldn't be a genius. It's Jeff with a J now. For you and I to write compelling stories with great drama, tension, intrigue, etc., Jeff with a J has to be a character with severe limitations. Limit his power, limit his intellect, keep information away from him. Make it so that he's in the dark and he can't just think his way out of it. The more things Jeff is unable to do at the start of the story, the more possibilities your story has to explore. That's room for growth, development, drama, entertainment, etc. This works for overly powerful characters as well. If Jeff with a J has superpowers, start on the low end of those superpowers. Don't make it logically possible for him to be able to achieve his goals from day one. That's boring. Option 3. A way to write a story about geniuses without having to be smarter than two geniuses. You do that by giving Jeff a problem he can't solve with his intellect. Don't set up a logical problem for him to solve because, like you, your audience is smart. There's like 44,000 of them, and they just need to think about your story for 89 seconds to figure out how to solve its problem better than Jeff. For example, a social or emotional problem. The Big Bang Theory is a show about geniuses who are constantly facing problems they can't necessarily solve with their intellect. It's one of the most popular shows of all time, and it's very competent in generating conflict and entertainment between its cast of characters. It gets bonus points because those characters often face problems because of their intellect. Moral of the story is, the smarter your characters are in a story where they would get ahead by their smarts, the least entertaining options you have available to solve the conflicts in that story. You'll soon find yourself having to make those smart characters dumb, creating inconsistency, which is stinky.
Brother, ugh.
So if your characters are gonna do dumb things, they might as well start off dumb. That way you keep consistency, have more options, and you don't write yourself into a corner because you overestimated your own intelligence. You're smart enough. You don't need to do that. I'm making your next favorite show, Mutupo. Consider checking out the concept trailer and pre-ordering volume 1 of the graphic novel. And I will see you
next time on Dragon Ball Z.